This is my 3,000th video. At least I think. It's around there anyway. Nick Walker and Andrew Jacked. This is a big one. This is an awesome matchup. You guys not only selected this one, but voted on it as well. And if you will, please, since it's my 3,000th video, please hit thumbs up on this video. Get it up to 500 likes. I will do Keon Pearson versus Derek Lunsford, Hunter Labrada versus Hunter Labrada, and the other one, Fouad Abiad versus James Hollingshead as well. All I ask is for 500 likes on this video, but let's make this one a doozy. We're going to look at the Arnold Classic, Nick Walker 2023, and this is the Texas Pro of Andrew Jacked 2023, and it is his best to-date version. Now, to be fair, we're going to toss in Nick Walker from the 2022 Olympia because, in my opinion, he was buttered up, ready to go, ready to fire at that Olympia. It was a little bit after he competed at the Arnold. I mean, he didn't have no time to put on no tissue. Might have got a little bit more conditioned, but having said that, guys, these are their best two versions. But aside from that, we will actually take a look at, just a quick, for sizing purposes, things of that nature, a picture at these two dudes at the Arnold Classics 2023, where they actually competed against one and other. And Nick got the victory over Andrew Jacked. He actually defeated Jacked. And I'll give you my opinion very quickly. I've done a comparison between these two dudes before. It's a very close call in the front double. It's arms versus physique. I mean, it would come down to who's more conditioned, I think, for the judges. But having said that, what a physique on Andrew Jacked. Gonna be an uphill battle for Nick Walker, I gotta be honest with you. Now, you use the Texas Pro version. And now this picture of Nick, this is a better shot of his. This is absolutely a better shot. When they're both standing side by side, that was after the judges were working them. They were posing and posing. They didn't look as crisp, and they look very crisp here at their individual routines or their individual posing. I mean, they don't really do routines anymore. See what I'm saying, guys? Nick Walker with those arms, he can give Andrew Jacked a run for his money, I would suggest. Some people would say, don't be foolish. Andrew Jacked has this one. Look at the detail. But Nick Walker is a monstrosity, a beast of a man. And if you use the Olympia version, he's even more beastly. No, I don't mean beastly from the Care Bears series. You guys remember that. 3, 2, 1. Who's that coming from somewhere up in the... You guys remember. I didn't watch it. Yeah, less of a physique here, I think, for Nick Walker. He's crouching down, he's flexing the abs, but the arms are bigger. It's an even more dominance against Andrew Jacked. Kind of looks a little skimpy in the arms. Now, if Andrew Jacked, he had Nick Walker's arms, I mean, come on. Legs don't match it, though. Go to the next shot here, the front lat spread. And this is a situation, guys, where it does not really matter how you slice this. Nick Walker is not going to defeat Andrew Jacked in this shot. And this is best case Ontario for Nick Walker, and probably worst front lat spread that I've seen lately of Andrew Jacked. Now you use the Texas Pro, and he's hammering it down. Nick Walker, he needs to improve these shots to, not to win, but to lessen the gap, especially if they're in a lineup. And if you're falling last in line in any one of the shots, come Olympia time, it's going to hurt you, and it's going to hurt you, Nick. So, word to the wise man, get that front lat spread fixed up. Now you go to the side. I would have given this one to Nick Walker at the Arnold. Did not think that Andrew Jacked was thick enough to compete against the other two dudes, especially Nick. But then you use the Texas Pro, and I take my hat off. I don't wear a hat, but if I did, not only Andrew Jacked, he is maintaining his good shots like the abs and thighs, improving the ones that he needed to improve. And it's one thing to just improve, on the shots that are your best ones and call it a day with the bad ones. But Andrew Jacked, here, in my opinion, he might be beating Nick. Nick's more conditioned, though. Keep that in mind. The judges are going to see that. You use the beastly version, and yeah, I don't know. He had more detail at the Arnold Classics. Come on, Billy. Do it. Do it now. Yeah, I don't know. If Nick's losing these shots from the side, he's going to be in trouble. But like I said, guys, even in the pictures, you can see Nick Walker is a different type of creature altogether as far as conditioning is concerned. Now the side tricep jacked, he puts the abs in there. He puts the feathering in the quad, tosses it in, but a little bit of a waffle, little bit of a pancake time. Pancake time for Andrew Jacked. Copyright Mikey's Iron Rage there for the pancake. Now you put on some meat on the situation, then this is what I'm talking about, guys. You got little dingbats like me, know-it-alls, blah, 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 all mouth, saying he needs to put on some tricep size, he needs to put on the meat. Well, I don't know how he's supposed to do it. I just know he should. And he did. You see that? Now it makes it an effective pose and probably enough to get a victory on Nick. Use the Arnold or the Olympia version. Oh my goodness, Nick. He needs to bring this version come Olympia time. And even bigger, even bigger. Why not toss in some more conditioning? These two studs, they're both going to be like roosters backstage because they're going to be thinking, I'm the best. And the other guy's going to be thinking, well, no, I'm the best. What a matchup. What a matchup. Now, when you go to the back, this is undeniable. I think Nick Walker is going to have an absolute edge. Don't go by these. You can't see no conditioning at all. But you can see Nick has more of a V-taper, a width. Now you go to the close-up shots, and it is going to be a lights-out situation. The conditioning, and that's why I think it was close between Hunter Labrada and Andrew Jack, because Hunter was better conditioned from behind. Nick Walker even drier than Hunter, in my opinion, going by pictures, I would wager to say. And the lats themselves, Andrew has the meat. He just needs to open up, when he poses and not hide away in the shots. Here's the Olympia, and to be honest, Diane, I was a horse. Of course, it was a broom. But either which way, guys. Either which way. I think he was opening up a little bit more. The lat spread has less to do with the muscle you have. I know that sounds stupid, but it has more to do with how you open up and display the shot. So I think Nick's better in both. I think it's going to be impossible for Jacked. Rear double is going to be even harder for Jacked. You can even these blurry old shots that I used for sizing, guys. And to give you my opinion, I already did a comparison between these two versions. And Nick, no matter how you slice it, he's winning both back shots. Look at the muscle. Look at the meat. And like I said, even the blurry shots, you can see the striations in the glutes. And here's the Texas Pro for Andrew Jacked, and I will admit, you can see some striations in them glutes. But you can with Nick. And you can see some hamstring separation, thin skin. You watch the Gilco production videos of Nick at the Arnold, and he was just pizzizzled, peeled. Kermie. Miss Piggy and Kermie are the same person. That's weird. It's odd. But, yeah. Oh, here's the Olympia version of Nick. Even better. I think his back was pretty good at the Arnold. I think he was less of a monster from the front, things of that nature, but his back was pretty conditioned, pretty peeled. And here, it's using their best two versions. Nick Walker, dominant in both of the back shots. I will say one thing. Andrew Jacked, he has dominated the front, and if he can dominate the front and the side. And if he can pick up the condition, not about defeating Nick in that aspect, but lessening the gap, yeah, I think he could ultimately defeat Nick Walker. Because, I mean, even if he's losing the most muscular, you don't even have to look at the abs and thigh. And Andrew Jack is going to win. And it's not any fault of Nick's. It is a structure thing. It's, if you believe in God, whatever, creationism, it's how they got their DNA, their genetics. It's obvious. Andrew Jack has an advantage. And with that good separation from the front, nice condition, quads, things of that nature. Here's from the Texas. Guess they weren't gonna let me look at that picture any longer. If you look at their proportions, things of that nature, guys, Nick's doing all he can. He is conditioned. He's got the separation in the abs too. He just does not have that Victorian waistline. Look at the lats on Jacked here. Very impressive. Very impressive. Now, if you want to see the Olympia version, it doesn't really make any sense. Because he was probably better at the Arnold. Hey, Billy, this place is too hot for a pickup. The chopper won't touch us till we reach the border. Yes, find me way to this abs and thigh. Go to the most muscular. Most muscular, Jacked, I would say normally Nick Walker. But this picture here, Jack looks like a tower of power. Little bit tilted angle-wise. Go to the Texas Pro versus Arnold Classics, Nick Walker. Nick's going whoosh, woo. Wonder if he was making any noises. I would give it to Nick when you can see them up close, guys. The blurry pan back ones, you can see that dominant silhouette, huge height, things of that nature for Andrew Jack. But close up, you can see it's boys versus men as far as the arms. And the Olympia, beastly, like I said, Care Bears. There was Care Bear cousins too. They weren't even bears. They were like, I don't know, one of each animal, which was kind of sad because they never had, do you think there would be two lions, or give Braveheart a female lioness? Anyway, this foolishness here's the one hand on hip for Nick Walker. Good way to end this one as well. Nice pose for Andrew Jack. This is the one for Jack to hit. Shows that chestal region. The chest. There's two of them. They call it chest. It's a chests. It's biceps because there's two little lumps, two muscles. The chest is definitely two muscles. Should be called chests. And here's the Nick Walker from the Olympia. Just a monstrosity. So yeah, he never had no time to put on no tissue. Between the Olympia and the Arnold, I think that this year he is going to be twice as good. He should bring that refinement that he did at the Arnold. I think there was points at the Arnold that were a little bit better than the Olympia. Ultimately, maybe the best package at the Mr. O 2022 for Nick Walker. Condition-wise, guys, it might be too much. Judging by pictures, maybe you'd give it to Jacked. But the judges have to work with they can see it clearer. You can see on Gilco Productions, you can see the thin skin. And Nick Walker, from behind, it's going to be too much for Jacked, I think. But he can close in the gap. And if Nick Walker is anything but 100%, Andrew Jacked, he can defeat him. But realistically, guys, if you're going to ask me, you might get mad, but this is the way it's going to be at the Olympia too. If they bring these types of condition, Nick's going to be in another call-out. Don't look past Andrew Jack to improve in that aspect and to bring maybe the biggest, best package that he has ever brought. Somebody has to. It's the three, the luck of the three. 13, 2003, 93, 83, all the years, guys. There was something special about the Mr. O. Hit thumbs up on the video. 500 likes. Love and appreciate all your guys' views. And yeah, have a great day.